Welcome to Wonderwave. Today we're diving into one of the most ambitious and dramatic naval campaigns in history, the Spanish Armada. A tale of power, strategy and fate on the high seas awaits. The roots of the Spanish Armada trace back to the rivalry between two powerful monarchies, England and Spain. On one side, we have Queen Elizabeth I of England, and on the other, King Philip II of Spain. Spain was a dominant empire with wealth and power across Europe and the Americas. England, though smaller, was becoming a thorn in Spain's side. Religious differences added fuel to the fire, with Protestant England facing off against Catholic Spain. Queen Elizabeth's support for Protestant rebels in the Spanish-controlled Netherlands infuriated Philip. The English privateers who attacked Spanish ships in the Atlantic only added to the tension. Philip II saw an invasion as both a holy mission and a chance to eliminate England's interference. Philip's vision required a vast fleet. In 1586, he ordered the construction of the Armada, a massive fleet of 130 ships with thousands of sailors and soldiers. Philip's goal was not only to conquer England, but to bring it under Catholic rule. This fleet would sail to the Netherlands, where it would meet up with the Spanish army and then cross the English Channel for the invasion. Shipbuilders worked tirelessly to create what they believed would be an unstoppable naval force. The Armada was designed with heavy, armed galleons capable of delivering devastating firepower, but it was also a logistical challenge. Coordinating so many ships and supplies was difficult, and time was of the essence. After years of preparation, the Spanish Armada finally set sail in May 1588. Commanded by the Duke of Medina Sidonia, the Armada was an impressive sight. Mighty warships and supply vessels stretching as far as the eye could see. However, signs of trouble appeared even before the fleet reached England. Storms battered the Armada, damaging some ships and scattering others. Medina Sidonia himself was uneasy, as he lacked naval experience and faced logistical issues. But the mission continued. They still believed God would favor their cause. Across the Channel, Queen Elizabeth and her advisors were well aware of the looming Spanish threat. England's navy, commanded by seasoned seamen like Sir Francis Drake and Lord Charles Howard, was smaller than Spain's, but highly skilled. They had fast, maneuverable ships and planned to fight at a distance, using long-range cannons to damage the slower Spanish galleons. To rally the nation, Queen Elizabeth delivered her famous Tilbury speech, declaring that she would take up arms to protect England. Her words inspired the English, and the stage was set for an epic confrontation. In late July, the Armada arrived near England, and the English fleet sprang into action. Using hit-and-run tactics, the English ships harassed the Armada, staying out of range of the Spanish cannons. The English cannonballs wreaked havoc on the Spanish ships, damaging their masts and sail. As the battle continued, Medina Sidonia struggled to hold his formation. Communication across the Armada was difficult, and the Spanish ships were tightly packed, limiting their maneuverability. Each day the English inflicted more damage, weakening the Spanish fleet bit by bit. On August 8th, near the port of Gravelines, the English launched a daring nighttime attack. They set 8 of their ships on fire, creating fire ships, and sent them drifting toward the Spanish fleet. Panic spread through the Armada as the fire ships approached, and Spanish ships scrambled to avoid collision. The Spanish formation fell apart, leaving them vulnerable. The next day, the English took advantage of the disarray, attacking with full force. After fierce fighting, the Spanish Armada was forced to retreat northward. The English celebrated, but for the Spanish, the worst was yet to come. As the Armada sailed around Scotland and Ireland to return home, fierce storms struck again. Many Spanish ships were wrecked along the rocky coasts, and thousands of sailors lost their lives. By the time the Armada limped back to Spain, only about half of the original fleet had survived. The failed invasion was a costly defeat for Spain. Philip's grand vision had crumbled, and Spain's dominance in Europe began to decline. England, on the other hand, grew in confidence and maritime power. The legacy of the Spanish Armada is one of resilience, strategy, and misfortune. For Spain, it marked the beginning of the end of its golden age. For England, it signaled the rise of a new naval power, one that would dominate the seas in the centuries to come. The story of the Armada also became a symbol of fate and the unpredictable forces of nature. Though Spain's defeat was seen by many as a divine judgment, it was also a reminder of the limits of human ambition against the sea. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history. The story of the Spanish Armada reminds us of the immense power and complexity of human endeavor and its vulnerability. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned to Wonderwave for more incredible stories from the past.